Just placing the hands maybe on the knees, first finger and thumb together, rotate the shoulders back and down, and feel the length through the spine. So just closing the eyes, simmering, settling into this space today. So whatever's been going on just before the class, or whatever you're going to be doing after, just try and park that for a moment and just bring yourself to the present moment. This wonderful moment where life only really exists in this present moment. That profound thought, taking that attention inward, and maybe just becoming aware of the points of contact of the body upon the ground. Maybe imagining sitting bones connecting down to roots that connect you down towards the rock in the core of the earth. Think of turning that pubic bone away from you so that you begin to feel that length through the spine like a trunk of a tree. And imagine that grounded energy making its way through your limbs, the trunk of your spine, down the branches of your arms, and the back of the neck, top of the head. Grounded earthed energy. Breathe it in, nourish the whole body. Becoming aware of how the body's feeling today. Notice its general sensation, its emotional quality maybe. Just notice the body. And try not to push anything away, like if there's any niggles or aches, just become aware of them, welcome them, nourish them with your breath. Be compassionate towards these sensations. And now bring that gentle awareness to your breath. So notice the quality of the breath today. Is it fast or slow, deep or shallow? Stepping back into your awareness just to notice the breath. If you wish to now, placing right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart, we're going to begin to deepen the breath, sending it down towards the belly. So breathing in, feel the belly rising. As you breathe out, feel the belly falling back down. And it may help you to imagine that you're breathing an ocean of air around you, through the nostrils, down a waterfall in your throat, towards a lake in your belly. Feel that belly rising. As you breathe out, noticing the breath, like water, leaving, making your belly waterfall in your throat, pouring back out to your ocean of air. So just doing this a few times, and don't worry if the breath isn't going down to the belly, just visualize sending it down. Allow it to flow like water, effortlessly. Beginning to take on a Ujjayi breath. So imagining now you have gills at the side of the neck. So breathing in through the nose, and as you breathe out, imagining you're breathing through these gills at the side of the neck. If you're unfamiliar to this breath, maybe just hover the right hand in front of the face, and as though you're breathing into a pane of glass, we're going to breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. In through the nose. This time you're going to close the mouth and just breathe with that same intention. You can bring the hand back down. It's almost like you're narrowing the glottis. Imagine you have gills through the neck, and the breath becomes like the sound of the ocean. If that doesn't come to, just stay with whatever breath feels natural to you. And when you're ready, just bringing the palms of the hands together at the heart space. And rub the palms of the hands and place them over the closed eyes, shoulders down. Opening your eyes in darkness when you're ready. And just allow the hands to melt down away from the face. Opening your eyes. Lovely. So when you're ready, interlocking the fingers, turning the arms away, taking the arms up. And just slight bend in the elbows, drop the shoulders down away from the ears. And just breathe there. Beginning to rotate the wrists and moving the hands apart now. Maybe shaking the hands, moving the prana up and down. Lovely. We'll do the same again. So interlock your fingers as you did naturally, then swapping them over. Turn the palms away, arms up. Shoulders away from the ears, dropping them down. Back of the neck remains nice and long, so there's no stress in the neck. Wonderful, guys. Releasing the hands away. You can change the cross the legs if you have your legs crossed. And we're going to take the right hand out to the side, taking the left arm over. Slight bend in the lower elbow to make space for the shoulders and the neck. Enjoying that wonderful side stretch. Try and stay grounded through your sitting bones. Breathing in to come up and breathing out to do the same on the other side. So moving in your own time with your own breath. There's no rush. Nowhere else you need to be. Nothing else you need to do in this moment. And enjoying your practice, enjoying the time for yourselves today. Wonderful, guys. Bit of movement through the head and neck now. So just moving the head over to the right shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, rotating the chin towards the chest, drawing a semicircle with the head all the way round to the opposite shoulder. Deep breath in as you arrive, breathing out on your journey. This time we're going to look across the space, so drawing the head, looking across from one shoulder to the other. The shoulders back and down. And back to center. This time we're going to look up, so dropping the jaw. And then looking down, draw the chin towards the chest, making the back of the neck nice and long. Lovely, guys. Bring the head back to center when you're ready, and just tilting the head over to the right, tucking the chin in lightly towards the chest. There's no stress in the neck. Bringing right hand, opposite hand to temple, lengthening through the spine. The hand that's down on the ground can stay there, or you can bring the back of the hand towards the opposite hip or thigh. Breathing there. And we'll do the same on the other side when you're ready. So just release the way you came. Tilting the head over to the left this time. Opposite hand to temple, back of the hand towards the opposite hip or thigh. And if you wish to, you can take this moment to make your heart's intention. So as your head is tilting over to the left, imagining positive intention, like a little seed being planted down in your heart space. It's like you're emptying the head, releasing it down. You're making that intention for your day ahead. It might be just a word like love, healing, positivity, whatever comes to mind. Just drop it down now into your heart. Wonderful, guys. Coming back to center. When you're ready, we're going to move the block away and come to lying down. You can keep a block nearby, a book, whatever you have an equivalent of. We're going to come to lying down, so lengthening through the whole body to begin with, lengthen through the spine, through the legs, reach and lengthen, wriggling fingers and toes, lengthen and stretch. As you breathe out, just release. Breathing in to lengthen, lengthen and stretch as far as you can, and release. One more time, in your own time with your own breath. And let go. Wonderful, guys. Rotating wrists and ankles when you're ready. We're going to banana the body over to one side, so shuffling the feet over to the left corner, the upper body over to the left, making that banana shape with the body as you breathe. And then doing the same on the other side. Lengthening and stretching through the left side of the body. And then coming back to center when you're ready. This time we're going to flow with the breath, so lengthen and stretch, point the toes. As you breathe out, we're going to flex the toes, flex the feet, and draw the arms down towards your sides. Palms facing down, so breathing in to lengthen, filling up the body with breath, and then breathing out, flexing, pushing the breath out. Breathing in to lengthen. As you breathe out now, this time we're going to bend at the knees, hug the knees in towards the chest, making the body into a little ball, rocking from side to side. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, lowering the feet down towards the ground. If you wish to now, you can place a block between the knees. This is completely optional. We're going to move into our core area now. So placing the palms down, shoulders relaxed. So breathing in, feel that natural arch in the spine. As you breathe out now, I'd like you to imagine someone's just dropped an ice cube on your belly, so that your pelvic floor muscles and your lower tummy muscles begin to engage and press down. So keep the rest of the body nice and relaxed. Breathing in, natural arch in the spine. Breathing out, begin to engage this pelvic floor and lower tummy muscles. So by doing this, we're engaging our bandhas, the areas where the muscles meet within the body, your energy locks, drawing the energy back in towards the body rather than losing it, rather than that energy being dispersed with the out breath. We're bringing it back in. We're also stoking that agni, that digestive fire within the belly. So you might want to imagine beautiful sunshine shining in your belly now, in the solar plexus area, just above the navel. Lovely, guys. Taking the hands behind the head now, interlocking the fingers, keep the elbows wide. Breathing in, feel that natural arch in the spine. As you breathe out now, we're going to draw the chin towards the chest, keeping that flat back, keeping the pelvic floor engaged, and look towards the space you've created between the thighs. And then release down when you're ready. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out to engage. Find the very end of that exhalation, and then release back down. Moving in your own time with your own breath. Breathing in as you relax. Breathing out as you engage the muscles. Using that Ujjayi breath through the throat if that helps. A couple more times here. Moving mindfully with intention. Taking it breath by breath. There's no rush. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, move the block away, hug the knees back in towards the chest. Maybe a gentle rock from side to side. And then lowering the feet back down. We're going to hover the feet away from the ground now, Tucking the hands behind the head, so cradling the head, and we're going to come into our toe taps. So making sure that your knees are at a 90-degree angle, and then we're just going to tap right toes down back to center and left toes down back to center. If you feel like it's not doing enough for you, you can tap the toes a little further away from the body. But just staying with the breath, listening to the body, finding your sweet spot. Move within your limitations. Breathing there. Well done, guys. As the knee comes back to center, if you wish to, you can draw the opposite elbow towards that knee. So moving into the obliques now. If that feels too much, you can come back. Or just hug the knees in towards the chest. Well done. Hugging the knees in now. Taking a few nourishing breaths. Releasing the lactic acid from the belly. Gentle rock from side to side again. This time we're going to circle the knees, so keep the hands upon the knees. Circling the knees now, one direction then the other. And then we're going to keep the big toes together, and we're going to draw the knees in opposite directions. Changing directions when you're ready. And then coming onto your sides. So just resting here on one side, keep the front hand in front of you to keep you steady, flex the feet. So you're lightly engaging the core as we begin to pulse the top foot up and back down. Making sure that foot's flexed as you do this. Moving in your own time with your own breath. If you feel a bit wobbly or that lower hip feels uncomfortable, you can always bend that lower knee or place a blanket under the lower hip. And then circle the foot. Small circles. Wonderful, guys. Changing directions when you're ready. And then imagining there's that light switch behind you. We're going to turn on that positive light switch for your day ahead. Keep the legs straight, just kick back the heel. Lovely. Bending at the knees, rejoin the ankles, rub and tap that top hip. And then keeping the ankles together now, we're going to come into our clown posture. So drawing the top knee up and back down in time with the breath. So we're moving into our glutes, our IT band now. Lovely. Rub and a tap once again. So if you wish to now, we're going to take that top leg up, lengthening and stretching, reaching for the shin, the ankle, the big toe. Do what feels right for you. If you feel really wobbly, just shuffle that knee further in front of you. And just breathing there into your side stretch. And then we're going to bend that knee, sweep that foot back behind you. So bring both knees together and just sweep the knees behind. So we're shuffling the hips forward now, reaching, opening through the front body, and then you back bend. Keep your head relaxed at this stage, so there's no stress in the neck, and just breathe. Wonderful, guys. We'll do the same on the other side, so I'll swivel round to see you, but you can just move over however's comfortable. So again, doing the same on the other side. Flexing the top foot up and back down. And then rotating that foot. Bending the lower knee if you need to keep yourself steady. Changing directions when you're ready. And then kicking back to that imaginary light switch behind you, positive light switch. Turning on that intention for the day. Positivity. Lovely. Bending the knees, rubbing and tap that top hip. Releasing any tension here. Rub and tap. Lovely. Heels together, coming into your clown posture. Well done, and then taking the leg back, just giving that top hip a little rub. And when you're ready, take that top leg up as we did on the other side. Flexing the foot. Take a few nourishing breaths here. Bending at the knees, sweeping the foot behind you, inching those knees back a little, resting on the arm into a bit of a mini back bend. Stretching through the front body, stretching the back body. Wonderful, guys. Come to roll onto your bellies now into Sphinx posture. So elbows roughly in line with your shoulders. And again, if there's any pinching in the lower back, bring the feet a little wider, bring the elbows a little further away from the body. You can even make a triangle with the hands with the elbows wide. If not, just keeping the elbows roughly in line with the shoulders, spreading the palms. Draw the weight into the forearms. Nice relaxed head and neck. And we're just going to move the head over to one side, rotate the head and neck down towards the other side, drawing that semicircle with the neck. Very gentle, mindful movements, softly through the neck. Wonderful, guys. And when you're ready, we're going to push back into our cat-cow position now. So we're on all fours. So just making sure you're comfortable here. If you need to, taking a rolled up blanket under the knees. And if there's any issues with the wrist, you can make fists with the wrists or come down into the forearms. Just do what feels good for you. So spreading the palms here. If you have the hands down, rotate the shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to open the heart space, looking up. As you breathe out, curling through the spine, draw the chin towards the chest, pressing the palms down, spreading the fingers. So moving in your own time with your own breath, creating a bit of space, a bit of movement through the spine. And then just circling the hips in a clockwise rotation. Keep the eyes closed, maybe circling the hips here. I'm going to change directions when you're ready. And then breathing and opening the heart space. As you breathe out now, we're going to draw the weight back towards the heels, but before the heels come down as if you're in child's pose, you're going to draw the elbows down, forearms, and you're going to come up into a rolling cat-cow. So breathing in, breathing out, draw the weight back towards the heels. Before the bottom meets the heels, bring the forearms down and then sweep the body up through the arms and continue with that circular movement like the waves in the ocean. And close the eyes here. Bringing a bit of subtle energy to the spine, clearing any blockages, any nervous tension. Wonderful, coming back to center. So from here we're going to keep the left hand in line with the left knee. We're going to come into an open gate posture, so shuffling the left foot back slightly to give yourself a bit more stability. We're going to turn in on our right side of our instep of our right foot and take the top arm up. into your open gate posture. You can look up towards the top thumb. You can keep the head level. If it's uncomfortable, you can make a fist with the wrist. Lovely. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Right hand comes down, right knee, instep of that left foot this time. And again, left arm comes up. Well done, guys. Coming back to center. When you're ready, we're going to come into a downward dog. So spreading the palms, tuck the toes under, lifting up, and draw the weight back. So rotate the shoulders away from the ears, slight bend in the elbows to make space for the head and neck. Couple of yeses or nos, just let the head hang. Bring the feet that bit wider if you want to, bend the knees, just create a bit of space for yourself today. A few deep breaths here. And when you're ready, we're going to begin to walk the dog. So maybe just even lifting one foot away from the ground, then the other. It's really good for the lower back. Moving, creating a bit of space. And then we're going to come into our leg raises. So bring your feet close in towards one another. We're going to take just the right leg up into a three-legged dog. And then back down. Left leg comes up. So you can do this from the forearms as well. If you're uncomfortable on your wrists, you can come onto your forearms and do the same thing. That might feel good for you if you tighten the shoulders. This is a nice option. Lovely. One more time on either side. And then come back to center. So we're going to begin to walk the feet now towards the hands. Bend at the knees. Allow the body just to rest over the thighs, grabbing hold of opposite elbows or wrists. Couple of yeses or nos with the head and neck. Release the hands. Keep the knees bent. Begin to unfurl the spine. Uncurling vertebra by vertebra, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, and coming to Tadasana when you're ready. In fact, taking a glass of water if you need to. Have a glass of water nearby, keeping yourselves hydrated today. Lovely. So coming into Tadasana at the front of your mats, bringing the feet hip distance apart, shoulders away from the ears. So we'll come into a few sun salutations when you're ready. So to begin with, bringing the hands towards the lower back. So as you can see, bringing the hands right towards the lower back, heels of the hands down, and jutting the hips forward into a bit of a mini back bend here. Just be mindful of the spine. Think of that energy drawing up and opening through the spine, gently, mindfully, and then coming back to center. So when you're ready, interlocking the fingers, first finger pointing forward. You're going to do the same thing again with the spine, but take the arms in line with the ears. So engaging that core as you draw the hips forward to support the lower back. And then we're going to come forward, so melting from the heart space, from the hips all the way down, releasing. Bringing the hands to the shins, nice flat back. We're going to step the feet back, so right foot followed by the left into plank position. So if this is too much, you can keep the knees down. If not, just breathing there. You can stay on the forearms if it's too much for the wrists. And lower the knees down. Lovely. We're going to come into chaturanga, so tucking in the elbows, and again, this might be too much for you, just lower down as feels good for you. Coming up into a bit of an up dog or sphinx. Breathing there. And then come back to all fours, tuck the toes under, back into your downward dog. Taking 3 nourishing breaths here. Wonderful, guys. Bending one knee then the other, walking, stepping or jumping feet towards the hands, bending at the knees and coming up slowly, vertebra by vertebra, shoulders away from the ears. Rotating the shoulders away. Just take a few moments here. And when you're ready, we're going to grab a strap or belt, bathrobe, whatever you have. And again, this is optional. You can imagine you've got one. If you don't want to use one, that's fine. So drawing the heels in slightly, so keep the feet a little bit wider from one another and just draw the heels in slightly. Bending at the knees, we're going to draw the arms up, lengthen and stretching, smiling to yourselves. And then lowering down, bending at the knees, draw the arms down at the same time. Wonderful, so nice deep breath in. Arms come up, shoulders away from the ears, and then lowering down. So moving mindfully in your own time with your own breaths. Deep breath in to come up, and breathing out to release. Lovely guys, one more time. This time you can come up onto the tiptoes if that feels good for you. Top of the mountain, lengthen and stretch. And then bring it down. Lovely. This time we'll take a twist. So take the arms out in front of you, bending at the knees, and we're just twisting from the upper body over to the right side. Lengthen through the legs, bring the arms back in line with your shoulders and over to the other side. So you're keeping your knees facing outward, it's just the upper body you're twisting. Back to center, moving in your own time with your own breath one more time on either side. Lovely. This time we're going to take the arms up and we're just going to drop the right hand behind us. Again, you can bend at the knees if you wish to. Come back to center and do the same on the other side. Smiling to yourselves. Positivity and light, opening your heart space. Lovely. Coming back to center. Well done, guys. So we're going to fold our belts or straps once, then twice. Bring the feet a little closer. We're going to take the right arm or left arm up and we're just going to release the bending at that elbow. Swing the right hand to meet the belt. And again, rather than collapsing in the spine to reach one another, you're going to engage the pelvic floor, slightly engage the tummy muscles so that you're not collapsing in the back. You're keeping that area engaged. Lovely. So reaching towards the belts, you might even be able to reach so that you can interlock the fingers. That might be available to you, that might not. Make sure that your top elbow is drawing away from the head. So your elbows are far away from each other as possible. And just breathe there. Lovely. If you want to come into a bit of a twist, you can bend at the knees. You can take right knee over left. That feels good for you today. Don't worry if not. Find a spot to gaze at in front of you. Lovely. Come back to center. Lovely. Release. Come into a bit of a star shape. Wriggle, stretch, do whatever you need to do. Soften the shoulders. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So take the belt into your right hand this time. Feet hip distance apart, arm comes up. Bend at the elbow. And again, swinging that hand back to reach the belt. Maybe interlock the fingers, do what feels good. Bending at the knees. And if you wish, you can take the left knee over, right. Find that spot to gaze at in front of you to keep your balance. Breathing there. Well done, guys. Doing really well. When you're ready to, just releasing. Shaking at the shoulders. Moving through the head and neck. Lovely. So you can keep your belt if you wish to. We'll come into our warriors now. So bring the feet towards the front of the mat. Feet hip distance apart. We're going to take that right foot back. So making sure you're not on your tight rope. We keep the feet hip distance. Take the right foot back, not too far, just as far as is comfortable, bending that right knee, bend the front knee, engaging that area of the core so you're not collapsing in your back, and you can just take the arms up. So if you have your belt there, you can create a little bit of traction here and turn the wrists in towards one another and just look at a spot in front of you as you breathe. Saying to yourself, I am a warrior. Lovely. Lowering that back heel into your warrior two. Take the arms wide. So my belt is not long enough, so that's fine. I'm just going to release it down. But if you have a belt, or in fact this one's got a bit of stretch, I'm going to make use of that. Just do what feels good. Take the arms wide into your warrior two, looking over the front hand. Breathing there. And then we're going to bring the back hand to the back leg, reverse warrior. Sweeping that top arm over. Lovely. Then we're going to draw the knee to the elbow, swinging the other arm over. Wonderful, guys. Turn that back heel. Release your strap for the moment. Bring both hands down. Stepping back into plank. Release the knees down. Tuck the elbows in. Coming up into your up dog. And then cobra. And then back onto all fours. Back into your downward dog. And just take 3 nourishing breaths here. Bending one knee then the other, walking, stepping or jumping, feet towards the hands, bend at the knees, and slowly coming all the way back up when you're ready. So taking hold of your belt or your strap, we'll do the same on the other side. So bringing the feet, again, hip distance apart, this time stepping that left foot back, bending at the left knee, so you've got that area of the lower tummy engaged, arms are now coming up. And again, that bit of traction, if you wish to, so that the wrists are facing one another. And the arm muscles involved as well. Breathing there. I am a warrior. Just saying to yourselves, I'm steady, I'm strong, I belong. Whatever intention resonates with you, just repeating, I am steady, I am strong, I belong. Wonderful, guys. Turning that back heel into your warrior two. So again, if you have your strap, you can use it. If it's not long enough, don't worry. Looking over that front hand. And then reverse warrior, back hand to back leg. Sweeping up and over. And then elbow to knee, reach and lengthen. Lovely, turning that back heel, getting rid of that strap now, bringing the knees back. We're going to come into a child's pose, so just release the weight back towards the heels, maybe bring the knees nice and wide. Make a triangle with the hands maybe, rest the forehead down. Wonderful, guys. Coming onto your bellies when you're ready. We're going to come into our flapping fish posture. So making a triangle shape with the hands and taking that imaginary magnet. So imagine you have magnets in the end of your left elbow and your left knee, and you're going to draw them towards one another. So you feel that length through the right side of the body, and you're just going to rest the head down towards the hands. As though you're lying in bed. And you're just relaxing the front body now. If it feels too much, for the waist or any part of the body, just comes with your legs straight and just rest the head to one side. If you're comfortable here, just take a few more nourishing breaths. Deep breath in, deep breath out, letting go of any tension on the exhalation as we move into our parasympathetic nervous system. You may even notice your heartbeat beginning to slow a little, beginning to simmer and settle as you begin to wind down. So when you're ready, moving over to the other side, so lengthening the left side, moving right elbow to right knee now. Wonderful, guys. So when you're ready, making your way onto your backs, making yourselves really comfortable, releasing now through the whole body, releasing the arms, through the legs. Allow every single part of the body to simmer and settle, moving, maybe rocking the head from side to side. Taking your time just to allow everything to melt down. So closing your eyes here and imagining a wave of relaxation moving from the top of the head all the way down towards the toes. And imagining now that wave of relaxation moving from the toes all the way back to the top of the head. And I'd like you to imagine now the top of the head is beginning to open up, and that there is a brilliant white healing light from above the head that begins to pour down, cleansing and restoring, rejuvenating every part and every cell of your body. So imagine like you're pouring a jug of milk down, this jug of white light, healing light, and imagine it pouring down through the top of your head. That healing light moves through the area of the brain, moves down the face, down the neck. Healing light softening your shoulders like warm hands resting upon the shoulders. Imagine that light softening the muscles of the chest, of the upper back. That light now moving down your armpits, down your arms, down through your hands. You may even feel a sensation in the hands, in the palms, in the fingers, like a tingling white light. Imagine it moving down the trunk of your body, down the spine, your lungs. Keep imagining this light moving all the way down through the hips, the pelvis, the leg muscles, the thighs, the knees, calves, shins, ankles and feet. Imagine the whole body radiating this brilliant healing light. And imagine any areas where you feel you need a little more healing today. Imagine that white light circling in those areas and then moving down, clearing and cleansing, restoring and rejuvenating the whole body. So when you're ready, beginning to take a few deeper breaths. Imagining now the top of the head closing off and this bright healing light drawing down into your heart space. So knowing that this light is with you whenever you need it, whenever you need to share it with others or resonate with yourself, know that it's there in abundance, wherever you wish to tune into it. When you're ready, gently wriggling fingers and toes, and bringing right hand to your belly and the left hand to your heart. Noticing the rising and falling of the belly, breathing itself. And maybe bringing the attention back to your heart's intention that you made, that little seed of positivity. And imagine it with brilliant white light now, shining as far as the eye can see and beyond. Lovely, guys. So wriggling fingers and toes once again, taking the arms overhead, lengthening and stretching through the body, rotating wrists and ankles one direction then the other. Breathe in to lengthen and stretch. As you breathe out now, bending at the knees, maybe lifting the hips up slightly, and then drawing the knees in towards the chest, making yourselves into a little ball. And just resting here if you wish to, or making a bit of movement, just trusting the body to do what it needs to do. And when you're ready, take the weight of the body over to one side. Resting here for a few moments. Keeping the eyes closed now, beginning to slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated posture. Crossing at the legs, sitting on the heels, legs in front of you, it doesn't matter. Just closing your eyes here. Just checking in now, seeing how you're feeling, with awareness and love. Noticing the breath once again. And when you're ready, bring the palms of the hands together, resting the thumbs just right towards the breastbone as we make the chant of Om together to end the practice. So when you're ready, nice deep breath in. Of the hands and placing them over the closed eyes, shoulders down. Opening your eyes in darkness when you're ready, and then allowing the hands to melt down away from the face, opening your eyes in your own time. Bringing the hands to the head for the right thoughts, to the mouth for the right words, and to the heart, the right intentions. Namaste.